And also a little bit of a bright spot and then maybe a little bit of a bleaker kind of time, especially with football. Because there's a little bit of racism going on, right, Sol?
Yes. Spain, La Liga is a pretty racist league for any football fans. 3 Valencia fans have been jailed for 8 months for abusing Vini Jr. He's a black Brazilian player who plays for Real Madrid during a La Liga game in May of 2023. Sorry. And he's just gotten so much abuse by opposing fans, the chants, monkey noises, people doing stuff outside, just the worst, most awful things. And I'm glad that there's finally repercussions for these fans being dicks. But Vini Jr., he tweeted out, many people asked me to ignore it. Others said that my fight was in vain and that I should just play football. But as I've always said, I'm not a victim of racism. I'm an executioner of racist. This first criminal conviction in Spanish history is not for me. It's for all black people. Let the other racists be afraid, ashamed, and hide in the shadows. Otherwise, I'll be here to call them out. Thank you to La Liga and Real Madrid for helping to bring about this historic condemnation. There's more to come. And I'm sure if this is a game from May 2023, he was getting shit happening to him in this past season, which was 2023-2024. So if there's more to come, like if he's bringing out the receipts and they're finally doing something about it, because La Liga was not doing anything about this for years with him. So finally shit's getting done.
Yeah, tormentor of racists, at least from one of the articles I'm looking at. Executioner does imply that he's going to kill people.
Yeah.
I was like, well, it's nice to know him. These people end up dead. It's
they are translating, different articles are translating it from Brazilian.
Right, yeah.
From Portuguese. Brazilian Portuguese.
Yeah, I like tormentor better because that's less of a federal crime.
Right.
Or humanitarian crime. But,
although, like, executioner of racist, that's a pretty baller line.
Sure, right.
Like, that's something like Kendrick Lamar would...
Liam Neeson should team up.
Would rap out.
Yeah, and not to make light of this situation, because that's fucking bullshit, man. I mean, just be better people, guys. I mean,
have a certain set of skills, you racist piece of shit.
Yeah, seriously. Like, you would wish that in this day and age, you wouldn't see that. I mean, because especially in America, I mean, we got a lot of quiet racists, you know, and you know, we make jokes and play off the stereotypes whenever you're in your small groups, but I mean, for a fan base and for a league that, I mean, maybe not sanctioning it, but is not really doing anything to, kind of correct behavior or, code of conducts. Dude, yeah, you hate to see that. So, I mean, hopefully this guy gets a bag somewhere else and just leaves them in this fucking dust. Because nobody deserves that shit.
And he said multiple times, he's like, I'm not going to let racist fans ruin for me playing for the best team in the world, which he's saying Real Madrid's the best team in the world. They did win Champions League. So, I mean, they kind of are. But I'm glad that he's trying not to let it affect him. But there has been multiple press conferences of him like legit crying because people are being so awful to him as he plays. So shout out to Vini Jr. I hope better days for you. I hope that people actually see the repercussions for being assholes and decide not to do it in this next coming season. Another thing to talk about, same vein, F1 driver Lewis Hamilton calls out the British media for their treatment of black footballers. So, I mean, we talk about the U.S. media all the time, but the British media ain't no joke either. They're pretty shitty as well. He shared to his Instagram story an article that calls out for the accountability of English media when it comes to their black players. And mainly the article speaking about how their most recent loss that they had to Iceland, Bukayo Saka didn't play a lot of minutes. He was subbed in, and yet he's the face that they put on all of the articles for saying that they lost to Iceland, and him along with Marcus Rashford and Jadon Sancho, when they lost to Italy in the Euros, like there was a bunch of racist shit that happened by English fans to them because they were the 3 black players that missed their penalty kicks. So that article, we'll share it down below, but it's pretty much just like going through how the English media is being purposeful about putting, whenever there's negative stuff about the English national team, putting the faces of black players so that way people associate failures in football with black players.
Yeah, that's definitely not the correlation to be made of that. That's absolutely ridiculous.
What, the British media is being pretentious? I didn't know that. Where'd that come about? I mean, they love Meghan Markle.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
The Queen loves mixed races.